Nature really is fascinating. Despite all our scientific advancements, sometimes humans can't do anything but marvel at the miracles within the animal kingdom when we come across creatures whose existence just cannot be comprehended by the human mind. From a kitten that looks like an alien to a frog born with 3 heads and 6 legs and a goat that looks like a human. In this video, we're taking a look at 10 rare animals born once every 1,000 years. Number 10. Alien-like kitten. One look at this strange kitten from Bengal and you would think that it was a character from some science fiction alien film. Born via C-section to a mother cat who had lived a completely normal life, this kitten was born with deformities that gave it a giant centered eye and practically no other feature on its face. Because this kitten was born with no nose at all, the poor creature couldn't live for long and passed away a few hours after being born. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that its birth was a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence. Number 9. Mutant goat with human face. This unusual creature is making rounds all over the internet and being worshipped by the people of Rajasthan, India because of its eerie human-like face that has led people to believe that the goat has been blessed by God. Born with a mutation that has given the creature a deformed face that coincidentally resembles that of a human being, the facial structure of this goat makes it look like a grumpy old man. According to vets, this could have been a result of the creature developing a form of cyclopia in the womb where its genes fail to create facial symmetry. Now, while most animals born with the condition tend to pass away after a few hours or at most a few days after being born, this miracle goat has managed to power through and is currently living a normal life. Number 8. Real-life Cyclops puppy. Cyclopia is a condition that's caused when the mother's womb has excessive toxins presented inside that mess with their baby's development. Cyclopia in animals often comes with other deformities like malformed nostrils, resulting in the animals either dying in the womb or not being able to survive for long after birth. But this Cyclops puppy has managed to overcome all odds, and even after being born with just one eye, the canine is now completely fit and healthy, just like a normal dog. Nicknamed Kevin after the Minions character, the newborn Cyclops puppy is seen with one eye in the middle of its head, along with an unusual mouth with large lips. Considering just how the dog has managed to survive all these deformities, the people in his village have turned him into a symbol of luck and hope, even going as far as to use his birth date for lottery numbers. While it's still too early to say whether Kevin the Cyclops pup will be able to lead a healthy adult life, the signs are all pointing towards the right direction. Number 7. The Two-Nosed Shepherd. At first glance, Toby the Australian Shepherd looks like an ordinary dog. But when you go closer, you see that this canine is born with not just one, but 2 noses. Now, dogs are already born with a pretty great sense of smell, but you can only imagine how powerful Toby is with his 2 noses, helping him sniff things out 10 times faster than an average old canine. Vets were concerned that these 2 noses would pose a threat to the dog's breathing. For now, he seems to be in perfect shape. Toby was actually just about to be put down before he was adopted by his owner Toph, who owned the Venice Beach Freak Show, where Toby was one of the main attractions. Toph also owns a bunch of other 2-headed animals, so Toby feels right at home with his new family. Number 6. The Two-Legged Dog. Faith is one of the most famous dogs this world has ever seen. Not because she was giant in size or able to fight off predators single-handedly, but because this dog managed to survive against all odds. The dog was born with 2 legs instead of all 4, and because of her deformity, Faith was actually abandoned by her mother, and because the dog couldn't walk or do anything else, the owner was told by numerous vets to put the poor animal down and end her misery. But the owner, Jude, decided to nurture this puppy and offered her all the love and affection she could, even going as far as to teach Faith how to walk on 2 legs, allowing the canine to lead a normal life despite her deformity. Number 5. Fascinating Damascus goat. Damascus goats are some of the greatest milk-producing goat breeds in the world, but unlike any other goats in the world, this one called Maz al-Shami has a face that is sure to leave you confused for days. Born with a deformity that occurred in the womb, this strange goat has a face with its lower jaw protruding out, with an ear that's shaped exactly like a cylinder and a flat nose. This male goat is also larger in size than most other members of its species, looking almost extraterrestrial at first glance. Number 4. Six-legged cow. Born in Kansas, this six-legged cow has left the whole world stunned with its ability to live a normal life, despite its added limbs that would have theoretically made it impossible for the bovine to walk. The cow has been born with a condition called polymorphia, where the animals are born with extra limbs. While the condition isn't fatal, most animals of polymorphia are born with other deformities and die a few days after being born. This cow, however, has managed to live a fairly normal life at the prairie dog town, where it exists among all other kinds of 5- and 6-legged cows. Number 3. Bearded dragon with 2 heads. Bearded dragons are fascinating creatures that can live up to more than 10 years with the right kind of care. These animals use their heads and wave or bob them during mating season to threaten their enemies and keep them away from their territories. That makes this bearded dragon the scariest one out of all of them because this creature was actually born with 2 heads in 2015 in China. These 2 special reptiles are fascinating to watch, with the animal on the right side having more control over the body than the one on the left. The conjoined bearded dragons are part of the Venice Beach Freak Show, where people from all over the country come to see them. Number 2. Pig with monkey face. 2-headed animals are pretty common, but have you ever heard of an animal that was born with the face of an entirely different species? This is a piglet that was born as a part of a litter of 15 in China, but right from the moment it was born, this piglet stood out from the rest of his family. The mutant pig seems to have been born with a rare deformity that makes its face look like more of a monkey than that of a pig. This strange occurrence has turned the piglet into somewhat of a local celebrity, with people coming in from everywhere just to get a good look at this unusual creature. The animal is born with 2 holes as the nose and an overbite that has made its long tongue protruding out of its mouth. What's more is that, unlike its sibling, this little pig also has trouble feeding on its own because of its inability to suckle. So the animal's owners has taken on the responsibility of feeding it to make sure that the piglet grows up normally so the world can see what it looks like as an adult. Number 1. Incredible mutant frog with 3 heads. Frogs are primitive animals, so it's not strange for them to be born with deformities such as an extra toe or 2. But this strange frog has left expert zoologists stunned and concerned at the kind of mutation that it went through. Resembling some sort of creature from a fantasy film, this frog has been born with 3 heads and 6 legs to go with each one, making it one of the most unusual amphibians in the whole world. But what's really strange is that all of the creature's eyes and legs seem to be in perfect working condition, although it's still unclear whether or not it uses all 3 mouths or just one. What's worrying, however, is the fact that this kind of mutation has never been seen before. Scientists believe that the frog could have been born this way because of a genetic defect, a parasite in the womb, but most of all, that they think the reason behind these extreme deformities is climate change and pollution. And if changes in the climate can do this to a frog, imagine what might happen to us in the future. Alright, comment down below what you want to see next. Remember to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to Wildly for more. See you in the next one.